backgrounds than I have ever. I mean, I would have never, ever would have guessed that we would have found this much stuff. We wouldn't have found it without the course. Never would have found it. I kind of expected it to be a little different, but it's way better than what I expected. I was spending years researching terms like mitigation, things I can't even pronounce. I'm Googling words, and then, you get in the course and you don't have to do that anymore. It eliminates years of work. There are so many scams out there. There's so many advocates out there. There's so many groups out there. And, you sit back and you see all these people, overturning cases because, they've got cool science or cool evidence. And, here I'm sitting, mine's guilty. And that's something that's really important to know, because when we came into this, we know he's not innocent. He has never denied his part in any of his crimes. It's sentencing an 18-year-old to draconian sentencing that is astronomically ridiculous. But and it's not just that part. He's not actually innocent. You can't say he's wrongfully convicted, but maybe he is wrongfully convicted on one. It's confusing. It's something you cannot communicate to anybody without knowing stuff like you learn in the course. It's just like sitting there having, one of the attorneys in front of you face to face, just telling you the reality. This is what, you need to be looking for. The way the videos are done, they're not too long, they're not too short. You're not going to fall asleep in the middle of them. You're going to be engaged because, everything that he says in every video, somehow, you see how it applies to you. But then even past that, you're learning about case law and how case law applies to the different cases and stuff. And so they go further and they provide these PDFs within the video sections. And so if you print the PDFs before the video and you start making notes on the PDF, you're literally you're writing your case out as you're going. A lot of us that have been in there for a while, we've developed our own relationships outside of the course. We talk pretty much daily. You never feel like you're alone, never. And then if you have a question, you've got somebody right there in front of you that can help you. And both Sarah and Jacob, they answer questions, but even outside of the course calls, you still have the emails, and they respond to the emails in the Facebook group and stuff like that. You're just, you literally go from writing letters and begging for help to physically being able to do this on your own and never feeling alone. There's never an obstacle that they can't overturn. Jacob takes the time. It doesn't matter where you are, what stage you're in. If you're in that group, you ask a question, he answers it outside of that. But as far as anybody in the state of Texas, how it benefits them, a lot of times what you see happening, especially in the state of Texas, is you've got people who will take a paralegal course through like Blackstone or something like that. And you think all of a sudden you're a writ writer. It's offered in prisons and all of the above. And you write this writ, and don't get me wrong, there are some great guys in prison that write some great writs, but you mess up. A lot of times they just I don't even think they look at them because they're handwritten. And that's like blowing your one shot. So even with this course, if you were incarcerated and you had a writ writer write your course, but you had a loved one on the outside doing Jacob's course, you could still do strategy sessions. You're sealing the deal for what you're filing rather than blowing your one shot. We had, in the case that I'm fighting, that one shot was blown. I think it was because it was handwritten. There's so much more to this than what you are going to learn from a paralegal course. No excuses, take the course. I mean, you don't even have to be a loved one or a friend. I mean, I think that it would be good for appellant attorneys to take the course. Anybody should take the course, especially if they're just starting out. Take the course.